Good day, everyone. It's JB coming to you from somewhere in the record sphere. This is the second to last of the Minneapolis Sound episodes, a deep dive into my personal collection of music artists who influenced the Minneapolis Sound. If you haven't already, please check out the other episodes in this series where I covered some of the history surrounding the creation of the Minneapolis Sound, and gave background and stories about the artists in my collection. I also had a related series dedicated just to Prince, and a subsequent series in all the other genres from my record collection, from blues to rock and everything in between. I also plan on continuing that standard genre series upon the completion of Minneapolis Sound. If you like what you see and hear, please subscribe and choose the notification button. You'll be notified when I post new broadcasts. When I last left the Minneapolis Sound, we ended up in alphabetical order from the letter J, with Jody Watley's debut album. She was married to prominent Minneapolis figure Andre Simone, and he produced her first album, which generated top sales and sparked many hits, including Looking for a New Love. So I'll continue going deep into the stack, where we come up to Lips Incorporated, the Mouth to Mouth album. This was the group's debut album and sparked their number one hit, Funky Town. IMDb states that the band was a late 70s studio group from Minneapolis. They combined elements of disco, R&B, and new wave music into a uniquely catchy, funky, and arresting sound. Lips Incorporated was formed in 1979 by producer, songwriter, and multi-instrumentalist Stephen Greenberg. The group was fronted by singers Cynthia Johnson, who was Miss Black Minnesota 1976. Before joining Lips Incorporated, she was also a member of the Minneapolis band Flight Time. Although Lips Incorporated Funky Town is widely recognized, it wasn't the only single to arrive on the charts from the album, though it was the only one on people's lips, so to speak. The album also produced the rousing song Rocket, but it only made it to number 64 on the Billboard Hot 100 pop charts. Lips Incorporated released 4 albums as a band, and although they did chart, they never saw the same success as they saw with the single Funky Town. In 2007, Lips Incorporated was inducted into the Mid-America Music Hall of Fame, and in 2020, the Minneapolis Heritage Preservation Commission honored Lips Incorporated for its contribution to the music history of the city. Up next on Minneapolis Sound, the band Maserati. The funk rock band Maserati was created by Prince's bassist and protege Brown Mark, with strong behind-the-scenes support from Prince. The group got signed to Paisley Park Records, and soon after released their first self-titled album, which was co-produced by Brown Mark, Prince, and David Z. From this album came the band's first single, the Prince-penned 100 Miles Per Hour, which rose to number 19 on the R&B charts. Following the album's release, Maserati began touring with an ensemble of artists including Prince, Sheila E., New Edition, George Duke, LL Cool J, Molly Hatchet, Alexander O'Neal, Tamara in the Scene, Jermaine Jackson, Jesse Johnson, and others. Now, it's been said that Prince's hit song Kiss was originally given to Maserati, but after hearing what David Z and the band had done with the song, he liked it so much he took it back. Maserati released a second album on Motown Records, but it didn't fare as well as their debut. Since the group's departure, many of the members have worked with other prominent musicians, and have also reunited to form Maserati Revisited. Several members of The Time have gained solo success, including frontman Morris Day. After the temporary collapse of The Time, Morris went into the recording studio for his first solo excursion, The Color of Success, debuting in 1985. While the trademarked Minneapolis pop-funk sound still remains at the forefront of each composition, the absence of the magic is noticeable in the production. Well, setting that aside, The Color of Success offers to fans what Morris Day does best, funky dance pop music with a true Minneapolis sound. While the album runs a little bit on the short side, there's no filler, and it is surprisingly consistent from start to finish. The album produced a hit single in The Oak Tree. The club-ready song doesn't leave behind the classic Minneapolis sound of his days with The Time, and it hit the R&B chart at number 3. It was accompanied by a Shake Your Leaves dance demonstrated to mostly intentional comedic effect in its campy music video.
Morris, why are you having that tree cut down?
Because it symbolizes something of great value to me, and I'm gonna have it put in my living room, baby, man.
Oh, what does it symbolize to you, Morris?
Morris, can we have your autograph?
Baby, just relax a moment, and I'll show you.
Please.
Not right now!
I told you I was.
Albumism.com stated that the Color of Success album was recorded privately. Morris had to navigate the larger world of the recording business while remaining on Prince's short leash and secretly negotiating a release from the Purple One's firm hand. It cost about $300,000 to emancipate Day from his Prince contract before he could sign his own deal with Warner Brothers. All things considered, Color of Success peaked at number 37 on the pop charts and number 7 on the R&B charts. Like Prince's albums, the credits say, written, produced, and arranged by Morris Day. To accomplish that while grappling with heavy conflict inside and out, and to look good doing it, is impressive. Sheena Easton is up next on the Minneapolis Sound. Her album A Private Heaven appeared in 1984 on the EMI label. Easton and Prince shared a musical relationship which spanned many years. They first met in 1984 when they were both recording at Sunset Sound Studios in Los Angeles. At the time, they shared a sound engineer, David Leonard. Prince was known for building new bands from scratch or working with relatively unknown acts, but he changed his usual habit after hearing Easton sing and expressed a desire to work with her. Their collaboration led to 2 top 10 hits, You Got the Look from Prince's Sign of the Times and Sugar Walls from this album, A Private Heaven. They also collaborated on the top 40 single, The Arms of Orion, and a dance hit called 101, all from subsequent albums. Along with Sugar Walls, A Private Heaven also features some great songs in Strut, Swear, and the ballad Love and Affection. Paul Peterson, better known as St. Paul, arrived on the Minneapolis scene thanks to his MCA debut in 1987. St. Paul briefly filled in for Monte Moore after he left The Time, and later St. Paul became the frontman of Prince's protege band, The Family. He emerged 2 years after the dissolution of that group with his own self-titled album. Largely self-produced, this album serves as yet another great example of how much talent he kept under wraps. Deeply entrenched in the Minneapolis camp of R&B music, this album bears much more resemblance to the work coming out of The Time than it does from The Family. The album opener, Rich Man, which employs a hard Lynn drum to let you know where he's from, is the closest St. Paul comes to recapturing that vibe.
If I were a rich man.
It soon becomes apparent, after listening to this album, that it was no coincidence St. Paul was drafted to replace Monte Moore in The Time. Monte, a greatly underrated songwriter in his own right, even co-produces and co-writes Can't Get Enough. Other songs including Intimacy, Tell Me, Soul Touch, which features jazz musician Jeff Lorber, and the song Too Well. I mean, pick a track and you're going to definitely find something you like. Speaking of stuff you'll like, Sue Ann is on board next. Sue Ann, whose full name is Sue Ann Carwell, is the sister of singer Carl Carwell. She was born in Minneapolis and collaborated with Prince in the late 70s and early 80s. As a stage name, Prince proposed that she use the name Susie Stone, but she refused because she definitely wanted to use her real first name. Her first releases were heavily influenced by Prince, but she really started to stand out when she changed genres from R&B to disco. This self-titled debut album, Sue Ann, appeared in 1981 through Warner Brothers Records and produced a hit single in My Baby My.
My baby, my, oh, you know you got me. My baby, my, oh, you know you shot me right through the heart. Oh, and then you stop me. My baby, my.
She has since released 3 other albums: 1988's Blue Velvet, 1992's Painkiller, and 2010's Blues in My Sunshine, of which she worked with another Minneapolis genius, Jesse Johnson. Well, family, that's going to have to do it for today's episode of the Minneapolis Sound. I'll be back again, though, with more in the next episode, and I'm going to leave you with another song from Sue Ann's debut album, the song Let Me Let You Rock Me. Catch you next time.